So, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. This is your first time joining me. Hell is a chat box? Shit. Hot diggity damn. I can't see a chat box. It's okay. Let me just go ahead. All right. This is your first time joining me on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. Please do subscribe to my channel. Turn on that notification bell so you know whenever I come live. I'm just trying to find the mother freaking chat. There you go. There you go. Hi, guys. Let me select the live chat. You guys can ask me whatever you want. Hold on. Let me just, okay. My hair is crazy. You guys got coffee? I got coffee. All right. Let me not get obnoxious with it. Scott Cornish totally heard me singing all the way in the UK. Me. I totally was singing in the shower. I'm about to start singing again right now. And I just wanna swing from the chandelier, All right, guys, what do you guys want to ask me? Hey, Tony. What do you guys want to ask me? You guys can ask me whatevers, and maybe I'll answer, maybe I won't. Who knows? We're just gonna see how this goes. Scott said no more. Can you just stick your fingers in your ears, please? I said, could you hear me? And he goes, I stuck my fingers in my ears. How dare you? How dare you deny my voice access? Let me adjust my glasses so I can actually see what you guys are writing. So I'm super giddy today because of the fact that Mercury is almost direct. I just felt a shift right now. I literally just felt a shift right now. What's your question, Scott? Right, Tony. And I want to quote Tony on this. Fucking Mercury. Fucking Mercury. Did you jerk your head like that? I can't help it. When it comes to Mercury and fucking Mercury, I have to like clench and stuff, you know? Hopefully we're all done with all of this Mercury stuff. We just don't know. We don't know. Hey, Melissa. Oh, what did Penny say? So we're all done with the bad things now. Hopefully. So I figured we could just chat for a little bit. I have some time before my next session, and I feel like I deprived everyone of my voice all last week, so I figured I'd come live today in between sessions. I met the most amazing lady at the weekend, been holding out for 5 years. Is this the one? Here's the thing, Scott. I'm tempted to scan her because she doesn't give too much information to the general public. She keeps a lot hidden away. I'm not allowed to scan her without her permission. I'm not allowed to. But I wasn't supposed to be doing readings. It was asking questions about, well, you know what? I said ask whatever you want. So maybe I should have been more specific. Like, you can pick my mind about things that you're wondering about your spiritual path and stuff. Dale, you ended up breaking your computer? I'm about to throw this computer of mine. Oh, well, there you go, Tony. He says, was on vacay last week, so I didn't miss anything. I was on vacay too. Well, not really vacay. I was relocating. Am I loving my new space, Kathy? Oh my God, you guys, I am so loving my new space. This is the dungeon. I call it the dungeon simply because it's the basement. So I'm totally loving it. The house has the space that I need to do the work without, me having to scream at my children, which I typically don't do. I typically get on the phone like, dude, I tell my husband, I can hear you guys from downstairs. So he takes care of that. It is very, very comfy. Very, very comfy. Let's see. Oh, okay. Jennifer K has a topic to suggest. What do I think about polygamy? Well, here's an interesting fact about me. I actually prefer solitude. Okay. How would I put this? And it's not me trying to censor myself. I don't quite know how to express my personal beliefs. I just feel like people should do whatever the hell, makes them happy. So long as all the parties involved are consenting and are in agreement. I don't know. Would I participate in polygamy? Most likely not. Not that I get territorial over my man needs. My thoughts are just this, like, I would prefer to be alone. I really, really would. I would prefer to be alone. I would prefer to not be in a relationship. And if you want to be in a relationship with someone else, then you go do that. That got nothing to do with me. Go do that. I'm not gonna ask you to stay. I'm not gonna beg you. I'm not gonna cry and like, please don't leave me. Like, okay. Well, when were you leaving? I mean, my husband, he's really the only exception to that rule, I guess, at this point, because it's like, you don't have to leave. We have children together. You can just let me know when you're no longer interested in being in a monogamous relationship with me. Let me know beforehand. And then I'll be like, okay, well, you go on your dates. I'm going to stay home with the kids. I don't know. What do you guys think about polygamy? Is it something that is taboo? I mean, I think so long as all the parties involved are consenting and in agreement, I don't really think it's anyone's place to say that that's right or wrong, so long as everyone involved is in agreement with that practice. That's the thing. Because what tends to happen, hold on. Shit. You guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep forgetting. I just got to call my, hold on, guys. Hi, Thomas. This is Mary. I have an appointment tomorrow, I believe at 2 p.m. Hold on. Hold on really quick. I just want to confirm the appointment. Oh, okay. The appointment is for 11. I won't be able to make it because I'm still out of state. I believe so. No. Tomorrow at 11. I was supposed to fly in. Yes. Right. Yes. I won't be able to fly in. I'm going to have to call you guys back and reschedule once I figure out my schedule. Okay, thank you, Thomas. Alrighty. Bye-bye. He's so sweet. He's like, oh, it's a crazy girl. All right. So let's see. Stephen agrees with me. Catherine, you've never heard of polygamy. Hi, Annie. So Jennifer says, I don't understand why people are against it, or in other words, on those who only believe in monogamy. Yeah, Tony says, yeah, nobody's business. If y'all communicate and are happy all together, then all good. Dale says, I had all sisters growing up. That was enough for me to steer clear of polygamy. You could add men to that. So, I mean, those are just my thoughts. My thoughts are that I shouldn't, unless you're intentionally harming other people, intentionally causing harm, I shouldn't be involved in your sovereign right to choose the kind of life you live. Would I participate in that? That's irrelevant. That's your life, not mine. Okay. Terry says, having a really rough day. Do you have any? Oh, Terry, I'm not doing readings today. I'm sorry. I'm just chatting with people. I know a couple married and are polyamorous. Now, is there a difference between polyamorous and polygamy? Is polyamorous just like you're in love with other people versus polygamy where you're in a committed, recognized union? What's the difference? What's the difference between the two? I don't know. You know, if I'm going to be like completely candid about my beliefs, I just don't like people enough to be with more than one person. Is that like messed up to say? Is that? I mean, I don't know. I'm really not fond of people in that way. So polyandry is when one girl has many mates. I can't read for shit. Many male mates. Okay. I have no idea. They agree they can be in a relationship with another. Right, Tony totally gets me. He gets me. He says, you love people, but can't be with them. Exactly. And then Catherine says, I would be happy for any igamy at the moment. I'm just saying, you know, like, I don't know, people just don't quite follow my logic at times because, you know, I want to be nice to everyone. You basically have to force me to not be nice to you. You have to really give me solid reason to not be nice to you. And then there's some people who are like, oh, she's nice to me. She waved at me. She smiled at me. She wants to bone me. And I'm like, no, keep your bone to yourself. I don't want none of that. None of that. Don't send me pictures. Don't ask me if I want to see unless I message you specifically asking for that. I mean, I don't even message my husband asking for that. Like, if I want to see it, I'm going to walk up to you and pull your pants down. But I'm not going to message you asking you for documentation of parts. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. See, that Tony says, guys definitely think you want it with the smallest sign. Smile. Unfortunately, I'm a Pisces. My energy is flirty no matter what. Even when I'm pissed, people think I'm flirting. I'm not flirting. I'm thinking of ways to keep myself from killing you. I mean, you know, if you're going to misunderstand my behavior as like flirting or inviting, then really though, that's like I flirt with animals and plants and furniture sometimes. Like, no, that's not really how it goes. That's not how it goes. We all need to just calm down. So what do you guys think should happen if one person in a relationship is not into polygamy? I do flirt with furniture. Ooh, what's up, boo? What's up, table? I love your lines. Oh my God. I do flirt with furniture. I flirt with all kind of stuff. I'm not even joking. Like this came in and I was like, oh, ooh, boo boo, you were just, oh wait, let me light this back up. I'm scared. I'm just scared. All right. All right. So yeah, seriously, let's talk about spiritual stuff. Dale says, I get it. The I in Myers-Briggs test. Eyes can deal with people to extent, but need alone time to recharge. Do tell me more, please. Tell me more. So if this is a known thing, I mean, do enough people know about it? Because I'm like, if this is a known thing, why don't they just leave me alone? I don't know. I have always had solitude my whole life. I've existed in solitude. I prefer solitude. I really, really do. It's not just a line like, I'm going to say I want to be alone so you could chase after me harder. Like if I say I want to be alone and you try and chase after me, we're going to have problems. We're going to have big problems. I'm not going to run. I'm going to pop you one. Is what's going to happen. I'm being real and raw right now. This is Mercury retrograde. But seriously, what is it that causes others to want to dictate how others should be within their relationships, within their private lives? Again, if you're not intentionally harming someone else, why should I be involved in your life decisions? If you make good decisions, bad decisions, it's irrelevant to me, because as a sovereign, I believe fully in respecting your ability to decide for yourself. That's a good point, Tony. He says, I used to feel bad to be a loner, always felt like I had to be social. I struggled with that for a bit too. I really, really struggled with that. There is this part of me that feels like, although I'm uncomfortable and I don't want to socialize, like if you engage me in conversation, I have to talk. I can't just be like, stop talking to me. I have to talk and make you feel comfortable. But there is a very large part of me that's like, oh my God, I don't want to talk. They keep talking to me. So let's see. So Rosalie Vetta says, I love being alone, but also being with people. It sounds like you're an ambivert, which I'm an ambivert as well. I have another topic to suggest about spirituality. What do you think about modern age shamans self-acclaim? Oh my God. All right. Fuck the tea. We spilling coffee now. What do I think about modern age shamans and self-acclaimed shamans? What do I think about that? All right. Put this up. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I'm not saying everyone that does that is bullshit, but I think a large percentage of the people who do that are bullshit. And these are just my personal opinions. This is not stated as a fact. These are my observations of certain individuals. There are some who do have a genuine shamanic inclination and soul purpose. And then there's a large percentage that don't. It's the new bandwagon bullshit. And it really irks me because, and this is not jealousy, I actually trained under a shaman for a few years ago. And I don't really talk about this because I feel so strongly about the way this has been so bastardized. I feel so passionate about this. Like, you can't fucking call yourself a shaman when someone from a completely different region of the world is flying to a place where indigenous people occupy and holding retreats there for money so that you can have a certificate that says you are now a shaman. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, you can't fucking do that. That's such a bastardization of such a sacred component of a people. Of a people. You're disrespecting their traditions. It's bull fucking shit. You've commercialized something so fucking sacred. And I get so passionate about this because of the fact that many of my lives I have lived as shaman, hand selected by the indigenous tribe that I was born into. And it's kind of like that, that story of Jesus going into the temple, seeing that the people had turned it into a marketplace, and he started flipping tables like, you don't disrespect my motherfucking father's house. That's how I feel about it. That's just how I feel about it. Now, in order for me personally, and these are just my personal feelings, and my personal feelings don't mean shit. If you want to call yourself a shaman and you went that route, good for you. Good for you. But for me personally, if I were ever to utilize the title of shaman, I will live with those people. 77% at 1117, 771117. I will live with those people, and I will earn that title. I will earn that respect. I will be seen by the people as shaman, and that's the only way I will ever take the title, label of shaman, is if it's given to me by the people. Not by a piece of paper. So Jennifer says, so non-BS shamans are those that follow the hereditary line and are trained under traditional shaman. Yes, that's my personal standpoint. Yes. There are individuals that I'm aware of who were not born into that lineage, but they are relocating to that region, studying under a shaman that was selected and honored by the people, and learning from that shaman, respecting the traditions, respecting the people, bonding with the land. Fuck yes, you're shaman. I see you as shaman. You have been honored by the people with the title of shaman, and I will honor that too. But you call yourself shaman because you fucking got certified online, and now you're going to go to a retreat taught by someone who's not even from that region, who also got certified online? Bullshit. That's my own personal thing. Steven. Let's see. That's right, Carrie. Wisdom is gained through earth, nature, practice, experience. So Jennifer says, what about shamans not born into the lineage, but from a galactic shaman-like lineage? Lineage is lineage. Lineage is lineage. Galactic lives have a tendency to transcend human lives. My coding is shaman. Will I take the title as shaman while in human vessel? No, I will not, because I've not been gifted with that title by the people. And I've had people ask me, am I a high priestess? Am I a witch? Am I this and that? And I'm like, I take no title that is not given to me by the people. I'm a stay-at-home mom. That is my self-proclaimed title. Stay-at-home mom. Because that's the title given to me by my children. But to feel that you're elevated somehow above all others because you've paid for a title, that's not spiritual in my eyes. And that's just my eyes. No one else has to agree with that. I remember in the 90s, had long conversations with Black Elk's granddaughter. She advocated against New Agers claiming New Age shamanism without being part of people inside of stealing culture. It's cultural appropriation. It's cultural appropriation, okay? But it's worse than doing, blackface and whatever else people can get all up in arms about. Is worse than that, because you're taking the most sacred component of that people, of that culture, and bastardizing it. I can never and will never be in alignment with that. Ever. Is the word priestess the same as shaman? To me, basically, yeah, it's basically the same. I had a woman come to me recently. A shaman took advantage of her under the influence of plant medicines. I want to blaze that mother. These new age, and yes, I said it, fluffy butterfly gurus. Mm-hmm. There's a reason. I'm not against love and I'm not against light. Clearly, if you listen to my words for any length of time, you will see I am the embodiment of love and of light. But I don't like to use that, because that too has been bastardized. Like, you go and do disrespectful, hurtful, harmful things to others, but you slap on that love and light. And then suddenly it's okay. Suddenly it's spiritual. No, it's not. It's not. To me, it's not. And again, that's just to me. My journey has no bearing on anyone else's. It doesn't mean anything about anyone else's. So let's see. Keep getting. To whiten glasses. They get foggy. Kristen Brown, I'm not doing readings right now. We're talking. So let's see. There was another comment. Dale, I've never actually heard of the Myers-Briggs. You know what? I think I have. I don't remember what it is. What, can you explain a little bit further what Myers-Briggs personality test is? Layla Bonus asks a very good question. How do you know the messages you receive are not your own thoughts? Knowing the difference. You have to do a lot of internal work to reconnect fully with your higher self. And after a while, you become familiar with the nuances of the energy, the messages, the way they're conveyed, the delivery. And then you begin to notice, no, this is not a message. It's much more difficult to do this if you have struggles with ego, and the struggle can go either way, whether your ego causes you to become overinflated or your ego causes you to shrink down. It doesn't matter. Any imbalance in the ego will definitely affect your ability to properly discern where the message is coming from. What about ayahuasca retreats that are claimed to be highly respected? Oh my God, I don't even know why this triggered something so deep in me. Like, it triggered something so deep in me. Jennifer asks, what about ayahuasca retreats that are claimed to be highly respected and do help heal people from their traumas? I have recalled quite a bit of my life in Peru. I can't comment on that. It's not going to come out in a way that would be beneficial for those who are needing to hear the message. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. That's all I can say. I feel that ayahuasca is the new hip thing, and it's been turned into something that it's not meant to be. It does have the ability, the capacity to help individuals heal themselves, but it kind of goes back to the whole shamanism thing, where if they didn't learn about it and respect it the way it's meant to be, then what are you really participating in? So let's see. There's no call. I mean, you know, Mama Aya is a potent force. She's the kind of mother, you don't fuck with that kind of mom. You just don't. You just don't. So and there is a growing trend, a very real issue with individuals not recognizing that the depth of the sanctity of the things they're participating in and abusing substances. Like, they're abusing these substances. It's no longer a spiritual practice. And they do it under the guise of spirituality, and it's not. There's nothing spiritual about what certain individuals are doing. I'm not trying to single anyone out. This is just a growing trend. Like, you're a drug addict. Recognize that. Don't call it a spiritual journey. You are looking for a high. You are looking for a fix. You have an addiction issue. Don't disrespect the mother in that way. You have an addiction issue. You went from an addiction to a hard synthetic drug to an addiction with something that is supposed to be so sacred, one of the most sacred things for a group of people. And to me, that's just, and I'm very staunch about my beliefs when it comes to disrespecting other cultures and things like that. So what do I think about DMT? I don't really have any opinions on DMT. You naturally produce DMT. I've never done DMT, so I can't really comment on something I've never done. I've never done ayahuasca in this life. I was going to try it when we were in Peru, and it didn't feel appropriate. It didn't feel appropriate because I wanted to try Aya because of the fact that I was in Peru and I wanted to find a shaman. And one of the most beautiful things about that trip to Peru was that the guide that we got paired up with, we had a private guide. I was talking to him about this, and I was like, I want to have retreats. I want to come back in a year, and I want you to help me. I don't want retreats that people will be doing commercialized things. I want these retreats to be done with locals, with the natives, with true shaman. And I want them to benefit. I want the village to benefit. I want the children to benefit. And he was very honest. I wish I could find his number. He really absolutely resonated with my heart so deeply. And he told me, you have to be careful. There's a lot of people that claim shaman and they're not. They just want the money, and people have been harmed. And I was like, that's why I want you to help me. And then I decided not to do it. I was just like, okay, we don't need me out of my faculties. I will fuck shit up. And that was the thing. That was the fear that I had about doing Aya abroad. One of the things that protects me and the people that I work with is that I still have such restricted faith within myself. It's what restricts how much of the energy I can pull in. My ego, the way my ego works, how it causes me to shrink down, that protects me, protects the people that I work with, because the amount of energy I can tap into. And so my fear was that If I do Aya and, it can get real dark, I have a lot of darkness. I'm very realistic about how I'm composed. And my thing was like, if the shaman in charge can't guarantee to know how to disable me, if I wild out, then I'm going to hurt everyone there. Everyone there will be hurt. If I see you as demonic, I will hurt you. If I think you're attempting to harm me. And if my faculties are not there, I'll fuck up the whole room. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to hurt everybody. And, some people might be like, that's crazy. You wouldn't hurt anyone. Though that's true. But when you have that type of thought process where you're so afraid, constantly vigilant about, I don't want to hurt anyone, I've come to finally recognize and accept this about myself. It was a very real part of my self-love journey, because I finally get the people who always worry, like, am I evil? Am I dark? Am I going to hurt other people? Is, this and that. They're the last ones who would ever hurt someone else. And going through that, having that thought process, especially being abroad and thinking that and worrying about that. And I was like, you know what, girl, knock that shit off. Your heart. You would never hurt anyone. All these people fucking with you, you still haven't retaliated. That's not you. That's not in your core. Your darkness is not evil. Your darkness is used to neutralize evil threats. You are not evil. And so now I'm at the point where it's like, you think I'm dark? I am. You think my heart is black? It is. It is. It really, really is. Thank you for recognizing that. And like, oh, you don't like me? Okay, that's fine. You think I'm a horrible person? That's fine too. I know that's not my truth. That might be your truth, because what you're seeing is a reflection of yourself bouncing off my mirror finished shield. Work on yourself, because I like who I am. It's taken me a long, long time to get to where I am on my path, the way I see myself. And it's just, you don't have the authority to change that. You can cause me to pause and reevaluate. Is my perception of myself still accurate? And when you do that, when you say things to me that are intended to hurt me, intended to cause me to wonder if I'm delusional about who I believe myself to be, it's actually a gift. It's a gift. It gives me that opportunity to kind of slow things down, like, all right, systems check. No, I'm not demonic. I'm still loving. I'm gonna fuck your ass up, but I'm still loving. Maybe you need to get fucked up. Maybe that's why you came at me crooked, so I can straighten your ass out. Maybe that's why. Maybe you felt that dominatrix energy coming from me and you wanted to be dominated. Maybe that's it. Because I wouldn't choose to dominate you unless you attempt to dominate me first, at which point I will show you you don't have authority here. So let's see. What are you guys talking about? Let's see. Stephen likes to use sativa. I actually can't use any THC. I become violent. It's ugly. It's so ugly. It really is. It's ugly. Okay. Amy Santos says, what do you think about the channeling where the entities take control of your voice and gestures while transmitting messages of love and doing energy clearing on other people? Bullshit! Okay, let me get serious. Channeling. These are my personal beliefs. These are based on what I remember. I will not allow any other entity to enter me. No. Would you have sex with anyone? I'm very particular. Don't even ask me to hold my hand. Unless I'm really, really feeling you and I've known you for a while and I know you wash your hands often. I'm talking about in between each finger, like surgery style. I'm not holding your hand. That's just me. If I can't even hold your hand, unless I know this about you and I know your integrity, I know your energy, I know, like, you ain't coming inside me. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. this vessel was loaned to me in this life. I'm not going to share it with you. Find somewhere else. Now, I have the ability to hear, so just tell me, and I'll pass the message along. The only one that has ever, the only one, the only one that has ever really been able to kind of speak through me would be previous lives. Very rare occasion, Michael, because I do come from his lineage anyways. So it's like he's not really external for me. I'm more of a diluted, lower reflection of Michael energy. And then the twin ray energy. And that is because we share the same internal shield, the core shield we share. And so they're not really entering something that's not, they're not external from you. But when that happens, there's very real consequence to pay. I don't take that lightly. So what do I feel about channeling where the entities take control of your voice and gestures? That's a violation of sovereignty. By the laws of sovereignty, you have violated my sovereign space. That's an act of war. For me, personally. That's an act of war, and I will war with you. I don't agree with it at all. Does that mean they're wrong? No, that's just my personal opinion. Would I participate in that? Fuck no. No, I wouldn't participate in that. At all. At all. Let's see. Yeah, Catherine Oracle Love says, I've also noticed the rise in people now claiming to be energy healers and have no knowledge of what they're doing. I think I can do it, but won't until I know what I'm doing. That's the thing. That shit is insane. Oh my God. I'm trying to reel it in. I'm just trying to reel it in because let me just move forward. Thank you, Penny. She says you're a gift to everyone. Hi, Crystal. Yeah, Stephen Cullen says, depending on what strain I use, I start dancing or eating or sleeping. It really is dependent on the THC CBD ratios. I'm very compatible with CBD. THC, not so much. Not so much, nor am I compatible with alcohol or anything synthetic. Let's see. Is tapping into light language and speaking light language true? How do you know if writing light language is real or not? That's a good question. Jennifer be asking some good questions. So with light language, I'm not fully comfortable with it yet. Okay. I'm not fully comfortable with it yet. So it's very difficult for me to, you know, speak with any sort of sense of authority in that topic. But I will share my personal experiences. There was Michael goes, speak on it, speak on it. It's gonna start shit. All right, all right. He's like, you're not starting shit, you're speaking truth. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so there was one instance where there was an individual who claimed to be able to, you know, write language, speak light language. And I wanted to believe it. I really, really wanted to believe it. Because at that point in my journey, I really felt like really alone. I didn't want to do this path alone. I wanted to have someone who was at least appeared to be equally as able as I am. And so I allowed myself to really convince myself to believe in this individual. And long story short, no more contact. But I was watching something. I was like, you're such a fucking idiot, Emmy. So I don't watch Game of Thrones. I've never watched an episode. Okay. I've never watched an episode. And then the other night, I was like, this individual popped in my head and said, I wonder if that shit they were saying was fucking fake. I wonder if they just watched something and like reiterated it, you know, or like tried to imitate that. And so for some reason, someone sent me like, it was like an animation or whatever it was, like a clip from Game of Thrones. And she starts speaking, I think, to the dragons. And I was like, that fucking bitch. I knew it. She was imitating Game of Thrones. Fucking A, yo. I knew it because she kept talking about Khaleesi. I was like, what the fuck is that? Why people keep talking about Khaleesi? What is that? I know that's a pop culture reference or some shit. I don't watch TV. I don't read magazines. I don't watch the news. I don't know what the fuck Khaleesi is, but I looked it up and it was a Game of Thrones reference, I guess. And I don't even remember what it means. But I was like, I wonder. No, that's so fucking fake. She wouldn't be that fake. That shit was Game of Thrones. I was like, what the fuck? Shit. So people speaking light language, there are some who are able to. I don't know any personally. I don't personally know anyone that is capable of speaking light language. That doesn't mean there's no one out there that's capable. With writing the light language, that coding of mine started going active. I did some work with it. Half the time when I write like light language, I'm like, this is such bullshit, girl. Yeah, what the fuck is this? But it resonates in my chest, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And I try and just like, okay, quiet down, ego, just look at it and feel. And I know what it means, but I can't translate it into human concepts. I can't even like try and explain it. So that causes me to feel like, you know what, am I just making this shit up? But here's the thing, here's the big but. I came across a few things not that long ago, and I looked at it and I was like, these are the symbols I've been writing. And I know I've never seen this book before. I know I've never heard of this before because I would have been fixated as fuck if I had found it earlier in my life. And I was just like, oh shit. And then you have Mikey back here and he's like, I told you. That was the most he said, I told you. And then he started laughing. I was like, that's not funny, dude. That's not funny. Maxie Walker says dragons are fake. Okay. Okay. And did you want me to negate what you said, or was that just a statement? So let's see. So Layla says, you mentioned ego can go both ways. Is there something other than meditation? Hold on. Oh shit, I missed my appointment. No, I didn't. Okay. So you mentioned ego can go both ways. Is there something other than meditation that can help show what areas that need to be worked on? I've been told I'm stubborn. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Or maybe you have to recognize that stubbornness, when harnessed in a healthy manner, when you're centered and you're able to harness that stubbornness, it actually works for you instead of against you. You have to align yourself with your highest self. Self and soul need to be reconnected, and that stubbornness will work in your favor. I am stubborn as fuck. I'm very stubborn. And the beautiful thing about my stubbornness is that if what you're proposing for me to do is not in alignment with my integrity, I will not do it. I don't give a shit. You can't force me to. I will not do it. And I will not be sorry that I'm not doing it. So it can definitely work in your favor. Let's see. So Tony, you believe in dragons? What helps you to believe that dragons are real? Without me stating they're real or not real, what helps you to believe that they are? What makes them a reality for you? Tina. See, the thing with me is that my mere existence makes me open to believing in the potentiality of anything. Like, you would be very hard pressed to convince me something is not real just because it sounds outlandish. And Maxie Walker, you are not allowed to insult my audience. That's the rule. My live is my house. You don't disrespect my guests. You do that, you get removed with no apologies. Disrespect aimed at my guests is a direct disrespect to me. And I won't tolerate that shit. See, Tony's not insulted, but I am. That childless ass shit, save it for your mother. All right. No, she doesn't need our help, Tony. Her intention was to come on this live and get attention. And just like a child having a tantrum, have your tantrum on your own time, in your own space. When you're done, let me know. If you need help, let me know. But I won't tolerate that. That's why my kids don't have tantrums. My kids can have meltdowns where they're like, I'm mad. Okay, well, what are you mad about? You don't want to talk to me? Okay. Let me know when you're done. Until you're done, you go take your time by yourself. Okay? I'm not talking about timeout. I'm talking about you find a place for you to process your feelings. And if your feelings are too big for you to process on your own, communicate with me verbally and let me know you have a need that needs to be met. And that's how you teach people how to behave within your space. So let's see. You can't expand the mind of someone who doesn't want to expand. That's a violation of their sovereign rights. Now, had she been wanting to expand her mind, but didn't know how to express it, that would have been a different story. She came to disrupt the flow of energy, to disrupt communication. And I will not give permission for that in my space. Go to someone else's house. Let's see. Ooh, nice, Dale. It seems in every form of healing and spirituality, there's ego, fraud, and truth. My latest learning is to know how to discern through heart energy intelligence. That's a good thing to learn to discern. Facebook, I gotta let you guys go. If you want to continue watching for the next few minutes, please join me on YouTube. The link is in the description of this video. Toodles, Facebook. So let me just get back to life, back to reality. Let's see. All right. Right, Tony. You treat people as you are, not as they are. And that's why she needed to be removed. If that is a she, which I don't believe that person to be a she. I believe a lot of deception was being played. And let me just, all right. So let's see, what are you guys saying? How do you get Michael to speak up, or in other words, strengthen your communication with him? In my experience, he never speaks to me, but I know he's there. Michael doesn't speak much. The only reason he speaks so much to me is because he has a really hard time getting me to listen. He has a really hard time getting me to comply with the request of my higher self. And so what he ends up having to do is kind of nudge me along in accordance with what my higher self is asking him to do. So Michael is not a big speaker. He's not a message delivery guy. He's kind of just stands there for the most part. And if you want him to speak up, simply ask him to. You just tell him, hey, Mike. He hates it when I call him that. He hates when I call him Mike. Mikey, he has no sense of humor. He's just very serious, very militant. And I'm like, yo, Mikey. Yo, Mikey. Don't tell him that. He's not going to like that. But you could say, Michael, I need you to modify the ways in which you provide guidance from my higher self. If you could please make it more audibly known. And he usually complies with reasonable requests, but don't call him Mikey. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Layla. Oh, you've been feeling Gabriel, Tony. Interesting. He says, I know they're frustrated with my ego as too. My ego works the opposite, and it frustrates him because I'm like, are you sure? Should I do that? Are you sure? I don't think I should do that. Are you sure? He's like, damn, this girl. So let's see. What if it's not Michael? How do you know for sure? I'll give you a surefire way. If it's something attempting to tell you what to do, that is not Michael. He will never tell you what to do. He will help you to receive messages from your higher self, but he will never tell you what to do. And when you ask him what to do, he will simply answer your question with a question. Are you sure that's what you want? Are you sure that's the best option? So anyone that tells you, Michael told me to tell you that you need to ... Liar, that's not Michael. Also, Michael will never, ever, ever encourage you to harm anyone else, to tear down someone else, to do anything even remotely harmful to anyone else. That is not Michael. If you're being instructed by a Michael to go ahead and shut someone's page down, to tell other people that this person's a demon, that is not Michael. He does not do that. Thirdly, ask, are you Michael? Are you Archangel Michael? The real one. And as they're answering you, run them through with fire. Not even joking. Send your sacred fire and envelop that being. And if the face starts to melt, then you know it's a mask, because Michael won't melt. You can't harm him with that kind of energy. The fact is, you can find this information online. This is stuff that I remembered, and then I got in confirmation online. I asked them to prove it to me because I was like, bullshit, prove it. He sent me to the very places that will help me to understand that what I was receiving was actually correct. Michael's family tree has many branches. Several actually. Several of the branches fell. They fell into patriarchal disarray. And they were then They were then used to hybridize a native species here on Earth, the Neanderthal. Once they hybridized some Neanderthal samples, they saw that it was compatible, and then arrived the Cro-Magnon, modern humans. And so what humans are hybridized angelic lineage, the fallen angelic line of Michael. We are all from Michael's family. Your fire won't hurt him. The real Michael. If it's not the real Michael, it will melt. The face will begin to become disfigured. Its features will begin to droop. And once you see that, you'll know you've been bamboozled. Yes, he will strongly cause you to question, let's see. No, angels never give up on you, but they give you the space that you ask for or need in order to learn the lessons that you need to. Okay, Rosalie? Dale says, makes sense. In thousands of Edgar Casey readings, Michael only spoke up once or twice, and it was short to the point. Yeah, Michael, he's not a chatty guy. He's just like, you've been given instruction from your highest of selves. Like, shut the fuck up, Michael. I'm like, why do I have to do that? Because he'll tell me something. I'm like, why? Why do I have to do that? Because I'm stubborn. And the beautiful thing is that stubbornness. Some people will be like, oh my God, that's so disrespectful to an archangel. Archangels are nothing more than servants. They're glorified servants, real talk. But I ask him these things, and he's not necessarily angry that I'm questioning, because should a really good mimic attempt to coerce me into doing something, I'd be sitting there questioning, why? Why do I have to? What's it supposed to do? Who told you to tell me this? All kind of questions. And it makes it harder to use me in a weaponized manner. So Michael he's not opposed to being questioned. Sometimes it frustrates him, the level of my questioning, because I'm so stubborn, but it doesn't offend him. Let's see. But he's very to the point. These are instructions from your highest of selves. I don't like it when you speak to me so formally. Say it in my vernacular. Sometimes I mess with him. Say it in my vernacular so I can hear you properly. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Please comply. I gotta go, guys. I have a session starting. It was good chatting. Thank you so much for joining. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. I would love for you to join me for future coffee confessionals. All right, guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Hang in there. Mercury is almost direct. Let's do this. Bye, guys.